You are now unmuted.
Good evening, everyone, and welcome back to day 3 of a 2 week engineering conclave, Rethinking Engineering Futures. Today, we have two powerful keynotes lined up, focusing on effective technical writing and publishing, as well as the transformative potential of AI in cybersecurity. Let's get started. We'll begin today's program with Dr. Sushil Kumar Singh, Associate Professor in the Department of Computer Engineering at Marwadi University, Gujarat. Dr. Singh has completed his postdoctoral research at London Metropolitan University, UK, and earned his PhD from Seoul National University of Science and Technology, South Korea. With over 13 years of teaching and research experience, he has been consistently recognized the top 2% scientists worldwide by Stanford University and elsewhere. He is author of over 10 books, has published extensively in Q1 and top ranked journals, and delivered invited lectures at international platforms. His research spans blockchain, AI, big data, IoT, smart city, security, and cyber physical systems. Beyond his academic contributions, Dr. Singh actively nurtures young researchers through his leadership of the Research Activities Club at Marwadi University. Today, he presents us a much needed session from idea to impact, effective technical writing and publishing, guiding us on how to transform research ideas into impactful, well structured publications. So, over to you.
You are now muted.
So my screen is visible.
You are now unmuted. You are now muted.
Okay, shall we start the lecture
You are now
now?
unmuted.
Because because 3 minutes are left. Maybe less participant now. Maybe we can wait 3 minutes because lecture is starting from 6 p.m. So can we start or 3 minute wait? We can start. Okay. Uh, first of all, good evening,
You are now
everybody.
muted.
Myself, Dr. Sushil Kumar Singh from Marwadi University. Today, we are gathering here for one specific lecture. Title is From Idea to Impact, Effective Technical Writing and Publishing. So, based on this title, meaning is effective technical writing is that because now time you can check it everywhere. Research is a very good options now. Lot of research paper are publishing and working on. So how to write a research paper? It's a very essential to the method. So in this lecture, how we can write, how we can use some specific method to write a research paper, and we can guide and some methods and some specific tools we can understand in this lecture. This is my brief introduction. Maybe already, ma'am already delivered my introduction part. So just I want to discuss. I have completed my postdoc from London Metropolitan University, London, and PhD from Seoul National University of Science and Technology, Seoul, South Korea, under the supervision of Professor Jonguk Park. This is my specific introduction, not all. And now time I'm a associate professor in Marwadi University. Now we are running this. This is the roadmap of today's lecture. In this lecture, we will cover basically four part: introduction to research articles. In this part, we can understand what is the meaning of research paper, what is the how many types of research paper you can write. Okay, and then part two is working flow of writing research articles. So in this part, basically It's very very important this part because we can understand how to write the abstract, how to write the introduction part, how to write the contribution. Okay, all concepts we can understand in this part too. Then we are moving to the essential online tools for the researchers because it's also very essential. Lot of AI tools or lot of online tools are available in the market, so we can discuss in this part regarding to the online tools and AI tools. Then fourth part is the searching publication databases because that without databases any researcher cannot find the published paper. So we can discuss lot of databases are available. So we can discuss how many type of databases are used by the researcher. So we can use this. So now we are moving to the part first, introduction to research articles. Okay, uh, it's a first slide because all students, all faculty members, all researchers, this are basic definitions like research. So research is a combination of two words, read and search. Means lot of materials, lot of articles, lot of research papers already published. Okay, and this published paper is available in specific databases. So on this paper, on this research, we can find some problem, and then based on this problem we can provide, based on your mind, some solutions. Okay, some novel solution you can provide. So it's a meaning of research. Okay, or you can say present a new thought in the form of reports, in the form of summary. uh, this summary shows the results, outcomes, outputs of the author's work. It's related to the research. Okay, or you can say simple definition is creative and systematic work undertaken to increase the stock of the knowledge. Knowledge means it's not a published paper knowledge, published author's knowledge. It's a uh, you or me or any researcher provide some novel solutions. It's a knowledge. Okay, it's provided published. Okay, it's a simple meaning of research. Now we can discuss maybe you all persons know conference paper, magazines paper, transactions paper, proposal paper, survey paper. So lot of types of papers are available. But based on my thinking, basically four types of research articles. First is short communication or brief communication paper, or you can say letters. Second is review paper. Third is comprehensive review, or you can say full survey papers also. And last is proposal paper, or you can say full article. So what is the difference? Basically, four part. What is the difference? So, firstly, we will discuss short communication paper. Short communication means you know only 2 pages, or you can say 3 pages. You can provide your novel work, or you can some summary of any problem, summary in the form of introduction, in the form of abstract, in the form of some idea, but only 2 or 3 pages. Okay, it's a part of short communication paper. Okay, like example, new word is entered. If you provide 6G related some novel knowledge in the 2 or 3 pages, it's part of short communications. That's it. Then it's a very very important concept: review paper and comprehensive review or full survey. Difference. Okay, maybe students don't know about this. Review paper and comprehensive review or full survey. Review paper means you can check this diagram. In this diagram, it's a simple diagram related to the review paper. Review paper means firstly, students or faculty member or researcher firstly download at least 15 to 20 papers from the databases, then summarize it. Okay, summarize means this paper have a this title, this is the merits, this is the limitation, everything you can provide in the form of table or graph or something. You not providing your knowledge, just you summarize it of all 15 to 20 papers, not 15, 20, more than 20 paper also you can say. It's a simple review paper. Review paper means you are downloading some paper and after reading or after studying these papers, you can summarize it. That's it. It's a part of review paper. Basically 8 to 10 pages is a sufficient for writing the review paper. Now time you can check lot of chapters also published in lot of publications like IJBL or you can say CRC. So this chapter also related to review paper, not your own view, all own concept. It's a part of review paper. Uh, Next part is comprehensive review. What is a comprehensive review and full survey paper? You can check this diagram. This diagram and previous slide diagram both are different. Comprehensive review or full, you are summarizing this paper also, and after the summarizing, you are providing your thoughts. Also, you are adding. If you are adding your thoughts, your novel concept, your novel thoughts with these papers, like example, uh, like you are studying one paper, like example, blockchain based secure architecture for a smart city. So maybe some author published one paper is related to the MITM attack addressing with the help of deep learning. Okay, so deep learning specific some algo like GRU or LSTM, some algo that person is using, but GRU based or LSTM based secure architecture or some problems just addressing by the authors and accuracy is 96%, or you can summarize like some other limitation also. So how you can address this limitation with your idea means you can add your thoughts with this paper. It's a part of you can say comprehensive review or full survey review, but theoretical, not conceptual, not quantitative result. Just based on your knowledge, you can provide your novel thoughts in the lines in the paragraph. Okay, it's a part of comprehensive review, or you can say full survey paper. Like one journal name is ACM Computing Survey or some communication survey also. So this is a good journal to publishing this paper, and in this paper summarize some paper also, and then author provides some knowledge also. Okay, then a full server, full article or proposal paper. What is meaning of this full article, full proposal paper? Proposal paper means that not any theoretical part. Theoretical part don't use, just your novel idea. Like example, you are finding some problem, and this problem you are addressing with own solution, and this solution is not available in all over the world. Okay, so it's a meaning of proposal paper. Okay, or you can say full article paper. Okay, but now time you can check like example information fusion journal, or you can say some other like sustainable city society journal. These journals use survey plus proposal both combined. Means survey paper means summarizing also, and then proposal also you can connect with. Okay, and you are providing some solution with some specific problems. Okay, it's a meaning of full article. So maybe you all understand now what is the difference between the comprehensive review, full survey paper, full article, proposal paper. Okay, short communication paper, review paper. You understand now. So now maybe some question in arising in your mind. What is conference paper? What is magazine paper? What is transactions paper? So these all papers also related to this paper. Okay, from these green part. Okay, but according to the gender, like conference paper, IEEE communication paper are different, and Springer conference paper are different. Means some format. In the conference paper, you can check it. You can provide some theoretical like survey form also, and some proposal part also you can provide. Same as magazine paper. In the magazine paper, new idea you can develop and provide some solution. Transactions paper, lot of mathematical part are available in the transactions paper. Okay, so all transaction paper, magazine paper, conference paper. These all papers are related to this. Okay. Now we are moving to the what is the advantage of research article? Why I'm writing research article? What is the advantage? What are the benefits to writing research paper? What is the this? So lot of advantages. First, enhance the knowledge. Like example, you got problems regarding to the security, and you studied at least 30 papers from the journal or from the database. Definitely you can get us knowledge regarding to the security, and not some idea. You can develop novel schemes, novel frameworks, novel architecture, and then you can understand presently which is the best and which the advanced algorithms are available in the market. You can easily understand. Then second advantage is improving the writing skills also. Okay, like example, some words you cannot use in the research. Like example, but word we can not use. Will, we cannot use will word in the research article writing. Okay, so this is some advantage. You can easily understand what is which type of words you can use to writing the research articles. And then another advantage is you can get a new vocabulary also. Okay, and then open research challenge you can find, and then you can, based on your mind, you can provide some solutions or some ideas. This is also activity, or you can easily provide something. And when you study 30 papers or 100 papers, definitely got scientific innovations. Definitely you can build a scientific innovations. Okay, uh, after that you can provide some project proposals related to the healthcare, related to the transportation, anything. Okay, and you can find pros and cons also in existing articles. Encourage some knowledge to the and learning facility about the research problems. Okay, so these all are the advantages. Okay, so now time academic work is different and research area is different. Both are important to the any educations now. Okay, so now second is bibliography. What is bibliography? Bibliography is very essential to the new. Bibliography means when you download some at least 30 to 20 papers, then collection of like example library. Okay, same is what is library. So library in the form of research paper, research article, research published article, it's a part of bibliography. Okay, and what is that purpose? Purpose is you can easily find some specific problems, and according to this problem, you can download papers, journal paper, conference paper, transcript paper. You can easily do, and this collection is part of bibliography. It not is somebody, but it's a bibliography. You can say it's a library of the research papers, books. It's a part of bibliography. Okay, this is a creation of bibliography. You can check. Like example, you are downloading 30 papers, so you can check name, like title of the paper, which journal, like example to IEEE IoT journal. Okay, maybe paper is related to conference, and you can easily find its journal is Q1, Q2, Q3, top 10%. Okay, I will discuss how to find how to say this is a Q1 rank journal, this is a Q2 rank. I will discuss in next phase. Okay, then you can easily find what is the page number in this paper, volume number, author details you can, and author which affiliations, date of publication. So these all details, when you collect in one place, you can say library. It's a library is a part of bibliography. Okay, JCR, your journal citation bank. How you can find journal citation bank? Now, this is the this year 2025. Okay, these all journals, not all. This journal list is related to the computer engineering, computer science. Okay, all. Like example, ACM Computing Survey. This is a journal, and impact factor is 28, and it's a Q1 rank journal. Same, you can say, Computer Science Review Journal. Its impact factor is 12.7. It's a Q1 rank. Okay, IEEE Wireless Communications Journal. It's a 11.5 impact factor, Q1 rank. How you find? Very, very important. How you can find this Q1, Q2? So for this name is GCR Clarivatives. When you click, you can find, like example, journal name. Want to find information fusion. Information fusion journal. When you click this, then when you this is a journal name. How you can say this is a Q1, Q2? So this journal, all information are available in the site. You can check it. This is the SCIE, and then what is the impact factor? This journal impact factor is 15.5 this year. Okay, then how you can say this is a Q1, this is a Q2? So you can easily check. Yes, this is a Q1. In 2024, this is a Q1 rank, and this journal is top 2% or not, you can check it. This is also top 2% journal because CIF percentile is 98.3, means it's a top 2%. Okay, so this is the method. You can find the general rank, general impact factor. Every journal you can find. Another like simple example is if you want to use IoT or human sustainable city society. Yeah, sustainable city society. When you want to check, this is a general rank. So again, this is SCI, and impact factor is 12.0 this year, and then this is again Q1 rank general, and this is also not top 2%, but this is top 3% general. Okay, so this is a method. You can check the general rank, general Q1, Q2. Maybe you can the percentile also you can find. Okay, now again we are moving to the my presentation. So these all journals related to the computer science and engineering related all journals, you can easily find what is the rank, what is the impact factor. Okay, now we are moving to the next slide. Not next slide, we are moving to the part 2. Okay, so very, very important part 2 now, working flow of writing research article. Very, very essential. Uh, this is a very, very important slide. Also, working flow of the research articles. You can check it. Uh, Before starting this presentation slide, I want to discuss about how you can choose the title of the research paper. How you can prepare the title of the research paper. So this is the method. In this slide, you can check T for technology or algorithm, O for objective, E for environment. Okay, means any title, any research paper title have three things: technology, objective, and environment. You can check it in this paper. This is a paper title. Paper title is Fusion of Blockchain and Federated Learning to Preserve Privacy in Industry 5.0. So you can check it in this title, blockchain and federated learning. These two are the technology. Okay. Objective, what is objective? Preserve privacy, means privacy preservation is the objective. And environment means industry 5.0 is the environment. Means when you prepare your research paper title, so you must use these three words: technology or algorithm, second is objective, and last is environment. Another title is like example, POAH based, or you can say POAH consensus algorithm based, secure environment in industrial IoT. Like this is a title. So in this title, POAH in proof of authentication is a algorithm. Next, secure environment means security you are providing. This is objective. Industrial IoT is a environment. Means when you prepare any title of research paper, so definitely you can choose these three things. If you use these three things, so it's good to you. Okay, not long title. Okay, any researcher don't want to use very long title. And very important point is don't use some words in the title of the research paper. Using, don't use. Of, don't use. Okay, so just one line sentence or maximum two lines you can use it to prepare your title of the research paper. Now we are moving to the mind first slide of this flow. You can check it in this title also. Blockchain based secure architecture for IoT enabled smart city. According to this title, you can check it. Blockchain is a technology. Secure, like security is a security is an objective, and IoT enabled smart city is the environment. Okay. Now, abstract part you can write. You already know what is the meaning of abstract. I will discuss how you can prepare the abstract, how you can prepare the introduction, how you can prepare the related work, how you can prepare the proposed work. We will discuss in the next slides. But now we are moving to the abstract part. So how you can prepare? Very simple method. Very simple method. Don't write more content in the abstract. Only 200 to 250 words you can use in the abstract. So how you can write? So like example, this is your title. So in this title, you want to write the abstract. Simple solution is your environment is IoT enabled smart city. Okay. So you can write 2 lines or 3 lines for IoT enabled smart city. That's it. After that, you can discuss what is the problems, what is the challenges in the IoT enabled smart city in 2 lines again. So total lines is now 4 lines or 5 lines. And after that, how you can address these problems with your idea. You can discuss how 4 lines or 3 lines. Okay. So total lines is now 8 lines. Okay. And lastly, when you definitely, if you prepare the research paper, you got the results or quantitative results. So you can discuss these quantitative results at the last. Okay. Again, 2 lines. So total line is 10 now. And last line is novelty you can provide. Novelty means you are providing the results. So how you can say novel means you can compare with some existing works. You can write in the last line. It's your novelty is very important. So it's a writing of abstract. Okay. Then second section, or you can say according to the paper, is a section number 1, introduction. So it's also very important also, and very easy you can write. Same like example, this title. So again, you can choose the environment. In the abstract, you are writing the lines, but in the introduction part, don't write lines. You can write the paragraphs. Mean one paragraph for your environment, second paragraph for your challenges regarding to the environment, third paragraph how you can address these challenges with your ideas, and then contribution part, and last 4 lines you can use for organization or structure. Organization you already know. Organization means what you are doing in the section 2, what you are doing in the section 3, what you are doing in the section 4. So this is the completion of introduction part. Okay. So now you can easily understand what is the abstract, how you can write the abstract. I will discuss also and I will show also. But in this slide, just discuss what is the introduction, what is the abstract, everything we can discuss now. And second section, next section is related work. So according to the name, you already know, related means based on your ideas, some published the paper. Okay, it's related to the related work. But before using this task, you can write the preliminaries. Preliminaries is what? What is preliminaries? Preliminaries means when you prepare anything, when you prepare any research paper, so you can easily understand basics of the research paper. Like example, in this title, you already know before blockchain. What is blockchain? What is security? What is IoT? What is smart city? So these keywords, when you know very well, then you can prepare your research paper. Otherwise, you cannot prepare your research paper. Means preliminaries means according to the keywords, you can provide one paragraph related to the blockchain, one paragraph for the security, one paragraph for the IoT, one paragraph for the smart city. This is a preliminary. Okay. Then second part is seminal contribution. Seminal contribution means what? What is seminal contribution? Seminal contribution means you already published some papers. You can download 15 papers, 10 papers, and then summarize it. Like what is the problem, what is the objective of this paper, what is the limitation, everything you can prepare, 4 lines or 3 lines for one paper. If you download 15 papers, so 15 for the 60 lines. 60 lines means 2 paragraphs. That's it. 2 paragraphs you can write related to the similar contribution, and then you can provide one table also. According to the theory part, you can provide one table also, comparison table also you can provide. Okay. Next, key consideration. What is key consideration? Key consideration means uh, key consideration means requirement of this research paper. Okay, you can prepare some paragraphs, some headings related to key consideration. Means why? Why are preparing this research article? What is the requirement of this article? This requirement is you can write in the key consideration part. Okay, so this section done. Next is proposed work. Very good section, because now section proposed work, section result analysis, these are the main part of the proposal work. So in the first part, like you can say overview. Overview means you can provide, you not can, must, you must provide one diagram. Diagram, not mathematical diagram, just you can provide general diagram. And in this diagram, everything you can mention based on your work. Example, like example, you are using 4 layers. So layer one, what is the task? Layer two, what is the task? Which algo you are using in the layer two? Layer three, what is the task? Which algo you are using? Which technology you are using? Means everything you can discuss in the overview. Okay. And second part, methodological flow. In the methodological flow, you can discuss the flow chart, methods, how you can provide the, how you can address the problem, everything in the mathematical form, in the flow chart, in the algorithm, everything you can mention in the mathematical flow. So this is a proposed work. Next is result analysis. So result analysis again, second two parts result analysis. First is qualitative analysis and second is quantitative analysis. Qualitative analysis means what? Before qualitative analysis, you also can discuss about what is the environment, like which medium, like example, maybe you are using data set, which data set you are using, and you can say what is the requirement of your laptop or your system, okay, or matplot or something you are using. So you can write in the one paragraph, then you can provide the qualitative analysis. What is qualitative analysis? Qualitative analysis means what? Based on your work, some theoretical analysis you can get, and then maybe you can provide this qualitative analysis in the form of table, in the form of graph, in the form of some different method, pie chart. Okay, you can provide this qualitative analysis only. not mathematical results, not simulation results in the qualitative analysis. Mathematical results or simulation results you can provide in the quantitative analysis, like you can provide security analysis also, you can provide some other analysis also in the quantitative mathematical results also you can do. And very important, when you got your results, your simulation results, these results must be compared at least latest 4 or 5 results. If you compare, you this is very important, your paper cannot be rejected. Okay, if you provided your results to compare with some existing papers and you are providing your novelty, so definitely your paper is in under review and major review something. Okay, and next part is your conclusion. So very important conclusion again part. Conclusion. This is also important. Abstract always time you can write in the present tense, and conclusion you can write in the past tenses. Okay. Next is references. So this is a simple diagram, and this is very essential. You already know. You can easily understand. Now we are moving one by one how you can write the abstract, how you can write the introduction, how you can write the related work, how you can write the proposed work. Okay, so one by one we can discuss. Title you already know, you can easily understand. In the title you must be used 3 things: technology, algorithm, objective, and environment. Okay, this is a simple diagram, you can simple figure, you can check it: abstract and full paper. Abstract means summary. You are not providing everything in the abstract, just summary. What is the environment? What is the problems in the environment? How you can address this? How means not all figures, everything. No, just which technology you are using and how you can use this technology for addressing your problem. Then your result section. That's it. Okay, and full paper this you can check it. Okay. Now we are moving to the next slide. Abstract. Okay. Maybe in the previous slide, I already discussed everything regarding to the abstract. Very essential. You can write 200 to 250 words only. Don't go for more than 250 words because some paper is rejected only for abstract region more than 250 words. And because you, like example, you are the new learner for the research papers, what you want just good abstract. If your abstract is like a novel, so your paper is in the under review, otherwise your paper is rejected from the AEIC, okay, or editors. Okay, so abstract is very essential, and before abstract, title also very essential. Okay, and these all part you can discuss, like motivations, like your environment, what is the challenges, then methods you are what you are using you can discuss, then result part, and then implications, how your work is novel also you can discuss in the abstract part. Okay, uh, this is abstract, you can check it because previous slide, like this is a title: fusion of blockchain and federated learning to preserve privacy in the industry 5.0. Based on this title, I already prepared this, the abstract, you can check it. Yellow part is, in the yellow part again, two part is there in the yellow. What is industry 5.0 and what is the problems in the industry 5.0? Check it. Industry 5.0, nowadays industry are experiencing rapid changes in the digital environment referred to as industry 5.0. And then how you can say industry 5.0? So you can again check the internet of things and advanced technology are essential in the industry environment. So this, and after that, still IoT has various issues like problems in the industry 5.0 applied to the industry infrastructure, such as centralization issue problem, privacy preservation problem, latency is the problem, security is the problem. So these all are the challenges. Now, what is below part? How? This article proposes a scheme fusion of blockchain and federated learning to preserve privacy in Industry 5.0 to address which issue about the centralization, privacy preservation, latency, these issues we can address in the. And then green part. Green part, what is? Green part is how. Like example, I'm using some layers. So layer by layer, what I use, like at the federated layer, I'm working something. Okay, then at the security layer, I'm using blockchain. So how? So everything I discuss in the green part, and last pink part, or you can say brinjal part. Okay, this is the part of what is my results, and this result is compared with some existing frameworks. So these lines shows the result of my work and novelty of my work. Okay, then introduction part, I already discussed everything. Introduction means first paragraph you can write the background or you can say environment. Okay, after that second paragraph you can write the problems in the environment. And then motivation means why you are using this idea, why you are providing this proposed idea in the environment. Okay, you can discuss. And then contribution part, I will discuss how you can prepare the contribution part. Okay, in Indian student, I also want to discuss contribution part. You must provide in the point form, not paragraph. Okay, 4 or 5 points, you can choose it from your idea and you can write in the points form. Don't give the paragraph form like contribution. Next is organization. So organize again, 4 or 5 lines you can provide names in section 2 what you are doing, and section 2 and section 3 what you are doing, section 4 what you are doing. You can discuss in line by line something. That's it. 4 lines are sufficient, 5 lines are sufficient for your organize. So introduction part are done from my side. Next, motivation. Very essential, very essential how you can write the motivation. It means if you are providing some new idea or novel idea, definitely you have some motivation. Okay, motivation means what is the requirement, you can check it. Like example, existing research studies use blockchain federated learning technology to address privacy preservation issues in the industrial environment, but or you can say still these technologies are not sufficient to addressing the privacy preservation issue. So to address this problem, we are providing your idea to check it, to overcome the problems of the centralization, scalability, high definition connectivity, latency, and privacy preservation. Also, you can address with the idea of future of blockchain and federated learning to preserve privacy in the industry 5.0. So, new concept is, because this paper is published in 2021, that time, not working in 6G, that time, 5G is our sufficient. So, 5G offers that time, high definition connectivity. So, according to this paragraph, I'm discussing regarding novelty related to the 5G also. Because in this paper, I'm providing high definition connectivity also. Not only privacy preservation, I'm providing high definition connectivity also. So this is my novelty. So discuss in the motivation part. So now this is a contribution. So don't give the paragraph regarding contribution, just you can provide the some sentences, or 4 or 5 sentences you can put it, like check it, propose scheme like this is blah blah blah, design federated learning network, data authentication validation, then result also discuss. Okay. So you can provide 4 or 5 sentences for the contribution part. Next, organization also. This organization means check it. Second section, third section. We are moving to the second step. So related, we are using like preliminary. Did you discuss preliminary means what? Before issuing your research paper, you already do something like some basic you already know what is blockchain, what is federated learning. You can discuss them purpose, and summary you can write in a paragraph form. Then you can provide some comparison table also. You can check it. Consideration, what is the your proposed idea, proposed work, you can discuss. Okay, this is a related work, so just you can check this my related work. Okay, now you can check. I'm downloading 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 papers. I'm downloading, and all 9 papers discuss everything. Like example, this paper. This paper using two technology, blockchain federated learning, and this paper offers only privacy preservation, not providing secure data storage, not providing network automation, not providing high communication connectivity, and paper related to the IIoT. Paper is from 2021. Second paper also, it's related to blockchain and age. It offers secure data storage and high communication connectivity, but it not offers privacy preservation and network automation. But based on these papers, I am providing one proposed scheme, and I'm providing privacy preservation also, secure data storage also, network automation also, high communication connectivity also. So these all things I'm providing means based on these papers, my work is novel because in one paper, like a combo paper, I'm providing everything based on this title. So this table is very essential to providing the novelty of my work. Okay. This paper, my paper is published in 2022 and compare with the. It is also important point. Like example, now year is 2025, you are working in 2025. So when you want to compare your work, don't go for 2014. No. If you are using 2014, paper rejected. Just you can compare your work before 3 years, like example 22, 23, 24. Just you can 3 years you can use it and compare your work to your ideas. Okay, and you can provide your novelty. Okay, this related work done from my side. Then this is a key consideration, like requirement of my idea. Okay, privacy preservation I'm providing, so I'm writing. Then network automation I'm providing, data addition providing, writing, high definition connectivity providing. Means I'm providing everything like what is the requirement of my idea. What is the requirement of fusion fed block? This is the paper. Okay. And now we are moving to the next section, proposed work. I already discussed in this section we are using two parts. First part is overview. Like this diagram is overview diagram. Okay, not a methodological diagram. This is an overview diagram. In this diagram, you can check I'm using
You are now unmuted.
connectivity layer, federated
You are
layer,
now muted.
cloud.
You are now unmuted. You are now muted. You are now unmuted.
Now visible? Did that visible? Just a minute.
You are now muted.
Visible?
You are now unmuted. You are now muted.
Okay, thank you. First of all, thank you so much, stopping this. Okay, informing me. And where I'm yeah. Now we are I'm discussing about the third section, proposed. In this section we can use two part. First is overview of the proposed work, of the proposed idea, overview of the proposed scheme, overview of the proposed architecture, overview of the proposed methodology. Okay, so this diagram is related to the proposed work, mind proposed work. Okay, So in this diagram, you can check it. I'm using four layers, like first is connection layer, federated layer, cloud layer, and application layer. And each layer, which algorithm, which is the function I'm discussing, check it. Connection layer, I'm using data collection. Federated layer, I'm using data aggregation. And the cloud layer, I'm using distributed data storage, means data storage part. And then application layer means decision making management and processing part we can discuss in means everything. And technology also you can check it. At the federated layer, I'm using three things: 5G, blockchain, and federated learning. In this layer, I am using block means blockchain, FL for federated learning, and 5G for 5G technology. Means three technology I'm using in this layer. And cloud layer, I'm using just distributed data. Means I'm not using one data center, lot of data centers, and all data centers are connected to each other. Okay, so this diagram is not a methodological diagram. This diagram is, you know, overview diagram. Okay, second section, methodological flow. In the methodological flow, maybe you are using based some algorithm, you are using maybe federated learning based on algorithm, so you can discuss step by step. Okay, how you can use blockchain for addressing the some problem, data authentication also you can check. So how everything you can mention in the methodological flow diagram. Okay, or maybe three algorithm you are using, like federated learning based algorithm, blockchain based algorithm. So you can provide all algorithm with mathematical part you can discuss in the methodological flow. Okay, now next is, next section, result analysis. So I already discussed result analysis based on performance, based on your idea what is the performance analysis. So before analysis, firstly discuss the what is the data sets, then performance analysis. Performance analysis also again two part: qualitative analysis and quantitative analysis. Qualitative analysis like a theoretical analysis, and then you can provide some graph, pie chart, histogram, something. Okay, and then your simulation result you can discuss in the quantitative results. Okay, and then last line of the slide is very very essential, like comparison results with the existing works according to the some specific. This is also important. If you providing this comparison, then your paper is actual. This is my thinking. I know, I don't know I am okay or not, but this is my thinking. Okay, next, this is check it. This is my comparison result. Now you can check in this result. In my paper, I am using feminist and CIFAR 10. These two data set, not I am using only. You can check this in my result. Okay, and these three were already published in the market that time. And these technology, these scheme also use both data sets. You can check it. And based on this result, these all the results of each paper. And mine result is this, and check it. Mine result is better than these results. So I can say this is accuracy result. Okay, so according to this table, I can say mine work are novel that time in 2022 time. Okay, so according to this table, I can provide the novelty of my work. If I'm providing novelty of in my research paper, so definitely my paper cannot be rejected to any top journal. Very very essential. Okay. You can simulation results, and also result also, and this result also we can compare to traditional schemes. Also. You can check it. This is a conclusion part. So in the conclusion part, again, conclusion part have two part. Green part you can check, and pink part also you can check. So green part is what you done in the research paper. You can write what you done. Okay, then based on your idea, maybe your idea have some problem, some limitation. So you can discuss also what is the limitation, what is the problem in it. how you can address in the future. So this also you can write. Example, you can check it in the think part. In the future, we will think about the enhancement of the proposed Industry 5.0 scheme with advanced federated algorithm. That time, Fed SGD is a new Fed AVG. This is a new algo that time in the 202. So I'm writing with advanced federated algorithm, Fed SGD, Fed AVG to update the global model and realize the intelligence. This is the conclusion part. In the conclusion part, you must provide what you done, and then what is the limitation of your work, and then how you can provide the solution in the future. These things you if you discuss in the research paper, so your paper is top rank paper. Okay. So this is conclusion part and how you can prepare mathematical flow chart discuss in the part two. When you submit your paper, so this is a method like this method, you can check it three part: author part, editor part, and reviewer part. So when you submit your paper, so firstly your paper is going to the editor EIC. According the EIC decision, maybe rejected also, maybe go for assigned to the reviewers your paper. Okay, maybe your idea is novel or something good. So two condition: rejection and assigned to the reviewers. If got paper by to the reviewer, so reviewer again check your paper, provide the comments, and then comment provided to the EIC again or editors again, and according to the review comment, authors again revise your paper, and then again resubmit your paper, and then again paper got by EIC or editors, then again reviewer again check your paper. If everything is fine, then maybe your paper is accepted or rejected also after the major revision, after the minor revision. Just you can check. Just a minute. Okay. So this is a method. These are criteria for some good research paper. So maybe lot of things I discussed in the previous slides or previous to previous slide. Like example, your purpose, your research in the research should be clearly defined. Clearly defined means your title should be best, must be best. Your abstract must be best. Your contribution part must be best. And then your conclusion part must be best. If these all things is best, then any new user, new researcher can read your paper. Otherwise, your title is very typical, your abstract is very typical, your contribution part is very typical, means reviewer cannot have an interest to read your paper. Means this is some good thinking. Okay. Permit to another researcher to repeat the research for further. How? Like you can check in the conclusion part, you are discussing what is the limits of your work. Okay, so this is the further advancement. Means some other researcher can work on this paper, this problem, and on this. Then analysis of the data should be sufficient, and quantitative results sufficient, and your result must be compared to the existing work also. So these all are the good research criteria. Okay. The essential online tools or AI tools for the research, very very important part also. Like this is slide, you can check this slide. Lot of tools like LaTeX, EndNote, Mendeley, Draw.io, Gram, lot of tools. One by one, we can discuss what is the tool concept, how you can use it. Okay. So one first tool is LaTeX. Very essential to the researcher now. In presently, you can check it. Some journals cannot use your MS Word file. Directly use latex. Okay. So latex. Latex is maybe you are writing your paper in the MS Word, but and after MS Word you can convert your MS Word file to the PDF file and then you can submit. Okay. But latex means what? Latex is a one software. In this software, some programming concept you can use, and everything you can write in the latex, and cannot use your Word file. Directly when you compile your latex file, you got some PDF file. And latex file you can submit in any journal. Okay, this is a latex. Next, EndNote. What is the EndNote? EndNote is a help to the researcher. What is the meaning of this? Collect, organize, annotate, cite their research paper. EndNote means, like example, you can check. Maybe you all have a tablet. So in the tablet, like example, 15 paper you have. One by one paper you can read, and you can like important points you can write. Okay, it's a part of EndNote. Next, Mendeley, very important software, very important. Like example, when you're using 10 papers in your research paper, so it's an easy task. 50 paper you are, maybe it's easy task. But if you are using more than 150 papers in your research paper, so it's a very typical problem to cite in your content. Very important. So for this to address this problem, you can use a software is Mendeley software. With the help of Mendeley software, you can cite the references of your paper. Next, Draw.io. Draw.io is a software, or you can say lucid chart software. What is the meaning of this? Like example, you are preparing your figures, graphical results, histogram, something, some graph, and some overview diagram. So you can use the Draw.io software or lucid chart software. Like example, depends on my thinking. I'm not using any type of tools. I am using only PowerPoint slide. Based on PowerPoint, I'm working on PowerPoint and draw any type of figures. Okay, but Draw IDEO is a software, and based on this software, you can prepare good and some quality figures. Okay, visible quality figures you can provide. Okay, Grammarly. Okay, maybe some students and some faculty members haven't good English, so some hesitation to writing the research paper. So for this candidate, Grammarly is a very important tool. It's available in the market, and you can use it. And when you write your research paper directly, you can write on the Grammarly, and Grammarly tools basically used for improving your grammars, spellings, and some typo mistakes and punctuations help to the researcher. So you can use the Grammarly software. And then next tool is Evernote. What is Evernote? Evernote also does some tool, and this note taking the organization tool that allow the researcher to store and organize their notes. Evernote, OneNote, and EndNote. These all tools is specific store and organize their notes. Okay, based on your downloaded papers, you can read it something, and you can write something on the note. Then Trello. What is Trello software? Maybe you can check it in department also. Trello is very important software. What is the meaning of this? Like to-do list. Maybe all faculty members create a to-do list like Monday. What is your task you want to complete? Okay, and on Tuesday like 9 a.m. What do you want to task you can complete? Make to-do list. So to-do list you can prepare in the Trello software, and then you can provide some deadline also. Like example, you want to work, you are already working on one research paper, and 30 is a deadline. Before 30 you want to submit this paper, so you can set the deadline on the Trello software and you can work on this. Okay, uh, Also, like example, my professor provide one research paper to me. So mine, because I was the lab leader. So in my responsibility is mine task it divide to some my juniors, and then deadline. All juniors have some specific deadline. Before deadline, all juniors submit this task to me, and according to the professor deadline, I can collect all the data, all the work, and combine it, and then before deadline, before professor deadline, I can submit the paper or task to my professor. So this is a Trello software. But I can use it. Okay. Next, Scribner. Scribner is also related to the organized notes or some whole document easily access. Slack. What is Slack? Slack is help to the communicate with team members. Like example, I'm a project leader, so I can easily communicate with my teammates, my juniors, and simultaneously I also can work, and my junior also can work. Okay, collaborate work we can complete in this project with the help of Select software. Same is Google Drive also. Now time you can check Google Drive, lot of opportunities like a cloud storage or collaboration tool, a storage you can check it, and simultaneously can change in the MS Word file, simultaneously change in the some other file like Excel file usually. So the Google Drive. So Google Drive, Dropbox, and Slack. These three tools is using for simultaneously can work on the some specific file. Netranka, very important. Tranka tool, Grammarly, like is Grammarly tool. Tranka and Grammarly tool both are same, but Tranka tool is AI based. Grammarly tool is not AI based, but Tranka tool is a Grammarly, yeah, AI based tool. Next is Tableau. Tableau tools. What is Tableau tools? Basically, use file tool, so we can use the Tableau software. Then you can analyze the data, present the data, and you can prepare the some specific graph. Same is SPS. This is also tools. Statistical analysis software. What is the meaning of this? Because lot of results are available in your laptop. Based on this result, based on this simulation result, you can provide or analyze or interpret some some results in the form of qualitative results, okay, or theoretical results. Okay, you can provide with the help of SPSS software. NVivo, this is also tools. This will provide the qualitative results in data analysis. NVivo tools and the SPSS tools like us. Tools. Next, SurveyMonkey. SurveyMonkey is very important tool for getting some survey regarding some papers. You can easily understand. Next tool is MindMinster. MindMinster is like a mapping tool, and it's good for the researcher for visualize and organize their ideas and research concept to publish the paper, publish and visualize it. Like some you want to provide some graph, you can use MindMinster. So, overlay very important tool now because latex and overlay tools are same, but latex is some software you must be download, but overlay is like a latex, but it's a online tool. Work as a latex, but it's an online tool. Both are same. Okay. Toggle. Toggle tool is a time tracking tools that helps a researcher to monitor and manage their time spent, how much time you can prepare the particular research paper 1 day, 2 days, 7 days, 15 days. So I can check time track. It's a time tracking tool. Okay. Next site this is for me. This tool is like a Mendeley. Okay, you can just I already discussed in a Mendeley. So Mendeley tools and site for me. This tool both are same. It's a but difference is site this for me tool is preparing the bibliography, not cite the research paper. Both are same, but it's a preparing the bibliography generating tools, generates an accurate citation in the variety of style. And a variety of style means APA format or some other form. Canva, I mean, very essential tool to the academic work also. Canva is a graphic design tool that helps the researcher create a professional looking graphic infographic for the tools. You can use it. So from this slide till this slide, I already discussed lot of tools. Okay. Now, these are some bibliography websites like DBLP. It's a some database also you can say in this website. When you write your name, so when you click the S button, when you click it, so you can find S related all names. My name also there. Then general name like information fusion. So when you click the I, so I related all general name you can find, like this is a part of bibliography information you can find it related to the computer science journal. Not all computer science related. Okay. This is also computer science bibliography. You can find it. Okay. Next, this is the bibliography like Stanford library. Same is this. This is a computer science bibliography, but this is a Stanford library. Also, you can find my name also, some other researcher also details are available in this libraries also. Now, uh, part three all done from my side. Next part is part four, searching publication data. Very essential to you all students and the faculty member. How you can find your research paper, how you can find the published research paper. So lot of databases are in the market. You already know Scholar website and Web of Science and Scopus. Okay, now you can check it. This is a publication databases. Basically, Scopus, Web of Science, PubMed, ERIC, IEEE Explore, Science Direct. This so these all are the databases. In these databases, you can download the published research paper. If you publish any paper, so this is a some databases. Okay, like Scopus, this is a some some panel like this is, and you can find author related papers also, you can find journal related paper also, because in this part 71 million items are available in this website Scopus. Okay, and this is continuously day by day it's increasing, not 71 millions now, maybe lot of millions. Okay, references 1.4 billions are available, so this is Scopus. In this website you can find your published paper also and some other authors published paper also. Web of Science, this is also databases, okay, related to your publications. Okay, in this database, 100 million items are available. Okay, 1.4 billion references are available. Okay, and it is not related to the computer science, it's related to the multidisciplinary. Okay, so this is also database. Next, PubMed. This database is related to the medical related papers you can find in this PubMed. Okay, 30 million items are available. Okay, then ERIC, this is also database. Okay, ERIC means Education Resource Information Center. It's a database. You can get some research paper. Approx 1.3 million items are available. Okay, it's related to the education science. Okay, IEEE Expert, very important database, because now time lot of papers published in the conference and all conference paper is available in the IEEE Explore. So this is the database. Okay, in this database 5 million items are available. Okay, it's related to the engineering, not only medical. It's a related on total. It is related to the engineering. Okay, and free of cost. Okay. Science Direct, in this part also you can find your paper. Then DOAJ, this is also a database. Okay, then Jesters, this is also database. Then these all are the databases. In these databases you can find your paper and published research paper. And some databases are multidisciplinary, some especially for medical, some especially for education. So it depends on the criteria, categories, you can find your research paper. Maybe here some students belong to education, some students belong to medical, some students belong to engineering. So it depends on the category, you can find your paper in these databases. Uh, According to me, this is minefield, and minefield matches. This is some research field. Okay, if anyone want to interest with me, so can contact me regarding this the some mine area. Okay, okay. Mine PhD scholars are working on these fields. Okay, then there are some technology, advanced technologies. Blockchain is old now. Digital twin, smart city old. Okay, metaverse, edge computing, data forensic, quantum computing. Now, not a quantum computing. Now is quantum machine learning. Quantum machine learning, quantum federated learning, green computing. Okay, ML, DL, FL. This is old now. Take quantum ML, quantum DL, quantum FL, augmented intelligence, augmented reality, ransomware attack, security. So these all are the fields. These are the latest technologies. Okay, if you want to work on this, you can carry on. These some projects, not with only machine learning ChatGPT. These projects is a combination of advanced technologies like machine learning, like a quantum machine learning, quantum validated learning, blockchain, digital twin, metaverse, and ChatGPT also. These all are the projects. Okay. These all are some call of papers, so I don't want to discuss about this. Okay, these some special issues. Okay, these are some specifications also, and these are some conference is done. These some special issues on mine. Uh, these are again special issues and references. Okay, so this is my mail ID. Thank you so much for attention and just hearing me from my side. Okay, and this is my mail ID. If you want to contact me, so you can contact on my mail ID, and this is my contact number. If you have any query, just let me know, please.
You are now
Query,
unmuted.
just let me know, please.
You are now muted. You are now unmuted.
Yeah. Yes.
You are now
Yes.
muted.
I want to give lot of solution regarding this question. Okay, very very important question because mine is also when I give some tasks, so just use the chat GPT and write some paper. So now time you can check it in general site. Lot of rejections also. Why? Because chat GPT content easily we can understand. Some word are common, some word are common. Okay, I can like me, I can clearly understand this content is related to the chat GPT. So I want to suggestion to all the candidate, you can use grammarly, you can use grammarly. If you are, your English is poor, so no problem, you can use grammarly, you can write it on this, and in your language, don't use chat GPT, don't use chat GPT, because now time is okay, but in the future lot of problems. Any other question, please?
You are now unmuted. You are now muted.
Ma'am, depends on my thinking. I already discussed, title of the research paper and abstract part. This is very very important. And if title you understand and abstract you understand, after that you can read contribution part. What is the contribution based on your idea? Okay, means first is you can read title, then abstract, then contribution, and then conclusion. If all thing is based on your thinking, your idea, you can put the paper in the your bibliography. Okay, means abstract and title is very very important to prepare your research paper. Like example, very simple example, if you want to see one movie, a movie is fana, example, fana is movie. So based on this title movie, you cannot understand what is this, what is in this movie. You cannot understand. But your movie is some other, like your title is essential. Okay, according to this title, you can easily understand what is the meaning in paper, meaning in this paper, in this movie also. Any other question?
You are now unmuted.
Okay. Uh, just just I want to suggestion to you. Any student, any faculty member want to connect with me,
You are
so
now
you can
muted.
easily connect. Not language barrier. Hindi, English, okay, any language you can use it. And how to prepare research paper. It's very important now time.
You are now unmuted.
uh, Student research now,
You are
man,
now muted.
simple is, if you want to work with students, so just give simple technology, the published technology, simple, like example first, you can say, you can write about the blockchain, you can write about the blockchain with smart city. Okay, write blockchain with smart healthcare, just you can write 1 page or 2 page. When student can write, can study from anywhere, so definitely student got an interest and prepare work, definitely.
You are now unmuted.
Ma'am, any pictures you click it. Just a minute, ma'am. I want to just open my camera, just click one picture. Just a minute. Yes. Done, ma'am. Okay. My video is not on. Mine with now, just now check it. No. But from my side, my video is visible. Now, sharing is there. Okay, just a minute. I click the picture, no problem. Okay, thank you. Okay. Okay, don't worry. Okay, thank you. Mm. So now just stop stopping my screen and everything just stop. Okay. Thank you.
Uh, so we'll now move on to our second keynote, AI in Cybersecurity, Transformative Potential and Emerging Risks by Dr. Faheem Syed Masoodi from Bahrain, Polytechnic, Kingdom of Bahrain. Dr. Masoodi holds a PhD in Network Security and Cryptography from Aligarh Muslim University, along with master's and bachelor's degree from University of Kashmir. He has held academic positions across India, Saudi Arabia, and Bahrain, and has contributed as a research scientist to the NMEICT EDRP project by the Ministry of HRD, Government of India. His expertise covers cryptography, intrusion detection, post quantum cryptography, financial security, and IoT. He has authored numerous publications, contributed to books with reputed publishers, and is an active member of leading cryptography associations. His academic achievements have been recognized through fellowships such as CEM SAC France, SPASC Crypto Brazil, and the Maulana Azad National Fellowship India. Today, he will explore AI in cybersecurity, transformative potential, and emerging risks, a highly relevant discussion on how artificial intelligence is revolutionizing cybersecurity while also introducing new vulnerabilities. So, over to you.
You are now muted.
Yeah, thank you very much, Ishwat. Am I audible?
You are now
Yes, sir, you're
unmuted.
audible.
Yeah, sure. Thank you, Ishwat. And I would like to take this opportunity to sincerely thank Dr. Kumar and his team of organizers for giving me the opportunity to be
You are
part
now
of
muted.
this 2 week engineering conclave. Dear participants, in this session, I'll try to focus on the growing complexity of AI driven cyber threats and the evolving strategies required to safeguard individuals, institutions, and nations. Yesterday, I had a brief chat with Dr. Kumar, and he shared with me that this particular program brings together a very heterogeneous audience. We do have faculty members from non-computer science background as well. So yeah, keeping that in view, I'll try to maintain a balance between the fundamentals and the advancements. Particularly, I'll try to highlight it in the Indian context, where the number of cybercrimes has grown exponentially in recent years. I just want to confirm whether my screen can I share it, Ishwat?
You are now unmuted.
Yeah, sure.
You are
Thank you.
now muted.
Is it visible?
You are now unmuted.
Yeah. Thank you.
You are now muted.
I guess I'm not turn on my camera. Give me a moment, please. Okay. Okay. Great. So you can see the screen now, right?
You are now unmuted.
Yeah. Yeah.
You are now
Thank you very much,
muted.
Ishwat. Dear participants, I'm here to talk about role of artificial intelligence in cybersecurity. Usually, we have this saying that artificial intelligence in cybersecurity is like a two-edged sword, wherein we
You are now muted. You are now unmuted.
Okay, thank you. So yeah,
You are
I
now
was talking
muted.
about this security, the need and the requirement of this security in my case. Now, multiple reasons are there. One is the vulnerability of the network. The network that you are connected to is not secure in its own way. Then there is possibility of malicious use or accidental damage to your data, to the information that you are sharing on the network. Then, quote unquote, what we commonly call as hackers. Yeah, it's a very generic term. Hackers essentially does not mean the criminal, does not essentially mean the bad guy, but yeah, something very generic that we make use of for cyber criminals. There's something called as insider threat, usually associated with people who are working within the organizations. And there's a possibility that these people might not work in the interest of the organization itself. Say, for example, somebody who's looking after my network of my company, if he gets fired tomorrow, he's somebody what we commonly classify as a disgruntled employee. And this disgruntled employee who has the information about my network can possibly hamper my network activities and the security of my network as well. This has been the case that's why I'm going to focus most of this discussion in the Indian context only. A very poor practice of security can be found in Indian companies as well. We put in a lot of money, we put in a lot of capital in infrastructure and other things, but when it comes to the security of these organizations, very little budget is reserved for these activities. And once the malicious users take control of these organizations, then this is when we realize that we should have put in more efforts towards securing our organization as well. And the famous viruses and spywares that are out there, we'll be discussing about them as well. Dear participants, what you see on your screen right now is a screenshot of a threat map that I have taken today. If any of you is interested in knowing this, you can just simply go and push in the URL for a live cyber threat map. On this particular day, we have some 14 million attacks have already occurred on this particular day. And the day is not yet finished. So that's very interesting. And the other important part that I need to highlight here is, if you can see that most good major chunk of the traffic is being diverted towards the Indian region. So usually when we talk about these cyber crimes, when we talk about these cyber attacks, when we talk about taking control of using ransomwares, we usually have this habit of what we commonly call as not my kid syndrome. I'm sure you're acquainted with the concept of not my kid syndrome, wherein it's like in a household, in a colony, in a village, when something wrong happens, we have this tendency of saying, yes, something wrong has happened, should not have happened, but it's not my son, it's not my kid, it might be someone else from the neighborhood, it might be someone else from some other place. That not my kid syndrome is something that we associate ourselves to a larger extent, even when it comes to security. Yes, attacks might be happening. Yes, there are people who are getting duped of money. Yes, there are people who are being forced to commit suicides because of these cyberbullying and cyber stalking cases. But it's not going to happen to me. It's not going to happen to my family. This is something that we have taken as an assumption that's there for us, and that's something which comes. It's like in a for granted manner. We have assumed that it's not going to happen to us. So if this volume of attack is happening in this particular region, please do not be surprised if tomorrow you are one of the victims there. Look at these thrilling statistics that I have from this region. Cyber criminals alone in previous year have earned $1.5 trillion. That's like the, I guess, third or fourth highest economy in the world. We are talking about a colossal amount of 1.5 trillion. that was lost. And this is something that's already reported, and this is not something which has not been reported yet. So a major limitation or an issue with these cyber crimes is that 90% of them are not actually reported. Most of them are actually covered for the fear of shame, fear, threats, and some other reasons. If you take a closer look at these concepts, you will see that we are looking at somewhere around an estimated annual cost of ransomware only. It's one of the kind of attack to grow to 265 billion rupees by the end of 2031. And on the right hand of your screen, if you take a look at the previous 2 decades, the number of cybercrime victims that are there, from what was like almost 0.17 billion in 2001, is expected to grow to 10 billion by the end of this decade. BBC in its documentary reported that these are the reported cases only, that there are some odd 20,000 Indians that are being scammed every single day. And you need to understand what kind of scams are there that are there in the Indian region. We are talking about scams like KYC scam. It's something that you will not find in the rest of the world. It's limited to Indian context only. There are scams related to online advertisement, what we commonly call it adware. Then we have job scams, very frequent in India. People post their information on these websites, job-related websites. Nowadays, people are hosting job interviews on Instagram. I mean, come on. Then people are very casual when they're asked to share their personal information on a social media account, even on a Facebook. So this is something that attracts these cyber criminals, and they gather this information, and later this information is actually used to target the victims in the name of job security and other possible opportunities as well. There's something commonly called as now digital arrest. I'm sure by now all of you must have heard the term. This term did not even exist a year before. There was no such thing. There is no such thing, as a matter of fact. If you go through the constitution, if you go through the law books of Indian Penal Code, there's no such thing or no legal term as digital arrest. This term was just coined last year, something that has taken all of us by surprise. We have loan-based traps, something that's most of the time found around Indian markets or else in African markets, wherein they tend to give you loans and then they trap you in the name of this loan. And then we have phishing scams, very common globally. We have OTP scams, again, very common attack. Cyberbullying, where we had one tragedy where a woman took her life because her male friend was trying to bully her in the cyber world. And the most important one, when I've been doing my research for the last 15 years now, something that made me very worried, something that kind of sent a shiver down my spine, was what we call as cyber grooming. So yeah, I'll be talking about that one particular attack as well. And if you see that there's an 82% rise in the cyber grooming attacks, then we as UPI users also have reported a number of cases regarding UPI fraud as well. Why India? This is a very important question. Why exactly India? The reason for that being the kind of traffic that's being generated from this Indian subcontinent. Almost 63% surge was reported in cybercrime cases in the last few years in Indian context. The reason for that is primarily is what you see on your screen. The number of packets that are being generated from this particular network. If you go back to 2024, Google only received some 4.13 billion hits from Indian networks, and this happened just in 1 month's time. We had YouTube that almost received some 1.13 billion hits. So more the hits means more the traffic is being generated, and more the traffic is being generated, that means there's better opportunity, better possibility, better potential for an attacker to carry out his attacks. And if you see what kind of a traffic is there, if you see what kind of a packets are being generated there, so there's not much of a variation there. Either most of it is somewhere around in the social media accounts, very little in education, a part of it in adult content based websites, and then we have search engines. This is something that I need to ask you before I continue. As I said, that not my kid syndrome. We go with the assumption that yes, someone might have been duped. They might have made a fool of someone by duping money out of his pocket. They might have carried out an attack on a certain organization, but it's not going to happen to me. That's an assumption that we believe in. So what I've done is that for all of you to take a closer look, take 10 to 15 seconds of time. And I've already highlighted that one of them is a correct URL, another one is a malicious URL. I want you to take a very closer look and identify why the first one is a genuine URL, while the second one is a malicious URL. If any one of you can figure it out, please feel free to open your mic and just share it with us. Anyone? Okay, great. So let me help you out here. If you see all of these, both of these, if I just take my cursor there, if you see the google.com, it seems to me that they suggest that it's a legitimate URL. But the moment I take my cursor to the second one, there seems to be something which is wrong with this URL. That means it's a malicious URL. The reason for that being that in terms of spelling, usually we see that there's a change of spelling. We see that there's a change of font. We see there's a change of, and this. In this case, it's a change of characters. So for the Google in the malicious, we have used Cyrillic character O instead of using the Latin O's. So this is something that's very that makes it very easy to fool someone, right? You're not every time going to go and take a very closer look at the kind of character that has been used in the URL. I mean, who does that? So the common question that should arise at this point of time is, how do I defend from something like this? I'm not going to figure it out with naked eyes. How do I defend myself from this? Yeah, better. One is that if you're making use of proper protocols, if your traffic is being if you're using these proper security updates and Windows updates on your laptops and your phones, they should be able to detect these changes. And a very more important suggestion that would be there is in terms of do not click these links when they come through mail or through an SMS or through a message or through a DM or something like that. So if you want to open a specific website or a specific URL, you go to the search engine, you look for that URL there in the search engine, you'll get the legitimate URL out of that, thereby saving you from getting played by a malicious URL just like this one. Again, one more point that I need to highlight. The source of this particular documentary is from NDTV. So in this case, this is an interaction with these cyber criminals. And a very basic question that they are asked is that what sort of people are there that are very easy to fool? So like our class, what we commonly call as the literate class, the professors, the doctors, the engineers, other players in the game, we often believe that we are too smart to get fooled. Listening to this cyber criminal and just you'll get a feel of it from his.
ये ज्यादातर लोग कौन हैं जो बेवकूफ बनते हैं? जो पढ़े लिखे रहते हैं ना जी, वही इसमें हो जाते हैं.
Very interestingly, the ones who are educated are the ones who are easy to fool. Probably the reason for that might be overconfidence, that belief that I'm not there to be fooled. So where from exactly do these crimes originate? if you take at this particular if you take a look at this particular image, the source of that is Reddit. You see that a majority of the attacks we have seen that they are originating from Rajasthan. We have a good chunk of this from Jharkhand. You might have heard about the Jamtara is a very infamous place for these notorious activities. Then we have a place in Haryana called as No. A lot of crimes are being committed, cyber crimes are being committed from this particular place. And we have traces of this in Uttar Pradesh and Bihar. But one thing very important that I need to mention here is that not necessarily people living in these states are responsible for these crimes. It may be the case that yes, some of them are involved there, but not necessarily all of them. And the reason for that being that these cyber criminals, whenever they have to carry out a cyber crime, instead of doing it from their native places, they usually travel to the border areas. They go to the different states. Once they are in border areas, it becomes difficult to kind of trace them, to identify that which particular network you are using, or using a network say from Uttar Pradesh, or using a network from Uttarakhand, and it becomes difficult to actually figure it out where exactly the crime has been committed. And even if we are able to identify that hotspot where the crime has been committed, it's very much possible that the criminal does not belong to that place. He just went there, he committed the crime, and then he went back to his home. So, well, in the meantime, we are looking in the region of Haryana, he might be sleeping in Gujarat. But these are the areas that have been highlighted as the areas where from most of this traffic actually originates. This is what I was talking about in the very beginning about cyber grooming. This is something which is very alarming, which is something very serious. So as a parent, it's usually our usual tendency is that we tend to do away with our kids by handing over them our phone. Say, for example, I'm working on my particular topic that I need to deliver. Say my wife is working with her own stuff that she's doing at her workplace, and my kid jumps in. So just so that he does not disturb me, my meeting or my interaction or the time I'm having with my good friend. So the easy way to do away with my kid for me is I just hand over my phone to him. If my kid is not taking food, the easiest possible way to do that, hand him the mobile phone. If your kid is not staying indoors, hand him over the phone. For a certain period of time in the initial years, say from year 2, 3, and 4, these kids usually watch these rhymes and other stuff, which then very fastly converts into these social media reels, content that's not controlled at all. So you can never be very sure that after 5 or 6 reels, what is going to be this, what the 7th reel is going to be, what kind of a content is this kid consuming, and you're not there to monitor, you're not there to supervise, and these kids get used to these activities, and at the time when they attain the age of say 8 or 9 or 10, they start taking these mobile phones to their respective rooms and bedrooms as well. We have a section of criminals, these pedophiles that are out there, who are actually interested in interacting with these kids, irrespective of the gender of the kid. Now, usually these kind of interactions, they generally begin with knowing the kid, showing the warmth towards the kid, and this is a kid who has been neglected in its own way by his own parent. This is a kid whose father always used to be busy and was not having time for him or her because he was busy in his own meeting. So what happens is that these kids start getting start these interactions. We have hundreds of apps actually out there that these kids, or anyone else for that matter, can make use of to interact with the strangers. This cyber grooming comes to a point where it starts with the very basic of how you, where exactly do you live, what do you do, how old are you, what do you like, what are your dislikes, what school are you in, what's your favorite color, which game do you like to play, something that's nothing alarming at all. Generally, these pedophiles, they tend to spend a lot of time with these kids. Sometimes it might even go into months, 5 to 6 months at one point of time. And eventually the nature of this conversation changes. And it goes into like, what is it? Who do you sleep with? Do you like to sleeping with your mom or with your dad? What do you wear as your night outfit? Can you just change it in front of me? I want to see how good you look in your night outfit. These are the kind of questions that make these kids not very comfortable, but they are so much into this person now by the end of these 6 to 8 months that there's an element of trust as well associated with these strangers that they're talking about. And once these kids start realizing that something wrong is happening with me, by that time they're so scared, or there's so much of gap between these kids and their parents that they almost are not able to report it to their parents, fearing that I might get a bashing from my own father or from my mother, why I have been talking to this stranger. And it's kind of a dichotomy, it's kind of a dilemma when these kids are stuck. They're not able to stop this conversation, and they're not able to report it at the same time. And we have seen kids who are taking some extreme measures to come out of things like this. So 2 important points that I need to highlight: how we need to interact, how flexible we need to be about our kids so that they can come and discuss with us, and how important it is to monitor and supervise the kind of content that our kids are actually consuming, particularly when these kids are having like 24/7 access to their mobile phone or some internet connections as well. Another major concern that we have is that of cyberbullying. That's not something that we usually even recognize. There might be a case of bullying happening in our family WhatsApp group. Every time pointing out to a single student, a cousin or a brother, that, okay, look, see, that neighboring kid has scored good. What are you doing? Then all of a sudden, 10 to 15 family members are actually targeting a single person out there. Say, for example, a classmate, every single time pointing and texting about what he or she was wearing today. A discussion about a particular friend who's not doing so good financially. Every single time having... Now, you have to understand, and you need to imagine at this point of time, that when these people get to read these texts, when these people get to read these comments about themselves, it actually sends them in a very panic mode. And every single time there's a beep or there's a notification on their phone, these guys are so scared to actually open their phone. And if you ask these people, why are you bullying? Why are you writing stuff like this about that person? They're like, come on, mate. This is like, it's just like, we're just kidding him around. It's like a joke. It's like a joke as long as you're doing it to someone else. If someone else starts doing it to you, it might not be a joke. So we need to look into this. And on top of that, unwanted messages in the form of DMs, in your Instagrams, in your Snapchats, in your Facebook messages. We get these messages. One, you need to understand when you're sending these unwanted messages to someone, you need to understand his or her psychological state of mind. That once somebody sees a nude photograph in her DM, how does she react to it? I mean, when you see something adult content coming into my this, I don't know. I'm not trained for it. How do I blog? Do I interact? Do I report it to someone? And if I have to report it, who do I report it to? If I go to my family member, if I go to my brother, my father, my mother, and try to report, so see, there's some sort of some nude content in my messenger. Instead of looking into why this content is there, who sent it, the first thing that I'm going to do is that I'm going to blame my kid. Why is it that you're on the social media? What are you doing there? Did I not tell you not to use it? So we're not looking at the solution essentially. We're trying to actually bully someone who has already been through trauma. So if you're trying to send this message to someone, think of that. But if this thing has been sent to you, look for the people that you can talk to. See what are the options available to you. Blocking is an option, reporting is an option. As a faculty member, are we so liberal enough? Are we so courteous enough that our students can come and talk to us? So we need to introspect. These are the things that we need to take care of, or do need to think about. What you see on your screen is something it's in public domain, so I can use the names wherever they are available. So we are talking about Dr. Ruchika Tandon, who is a neurologist. We are talking about a 77-year-old retired engineer from Rohini. We are talking about a couple of doctors who are based in Hyderabad. We have Dr. Goel, who is also a retired doctor, and then a journalist from India Today. So this data that I have accumulated was in the first month of when this concept came into being, digital arrest. A term that was not known to us, a term that was not actually existing out there. And look at the professions of these people. We have a neurologist, we have an engineer, we have a doctor, we have a journalist. We even had one retired army general as well. So in these cases, these guys are somehow being convinced that you have committed a crime which they have not actually. So you have committed this crime and they are being redirected to fake websites of, say, for example, a Supreme Court website or a particular police station website, when these fake warrants are being issued in their name, and they are being convinced that this is a crime that you have committed and now you are going to pay for it. And in first month of its occurrence, we had already lost some 120 crore rupees in the name of digital arrest. So next time I start thinking that, okay, I'm not prone to these sort of attacks. I'm not going to get affected. Think again. This is why I'm trying to list the professions of their people as well, so as to get an idea. Cyber stalking again is something very common crime that's being committed. Particularly these crimes I'm talking about the Indian context. So every single time a particular person uploads a photograph of him or her on a social media, and like in fraction of a second, you get a comment, or you get or you get some likes. It gives an impression as in that person was waiting for me to upload something. Because every single time I do an activity, I get a reaction to that activity. So this is what we call as stalking in the virtual environment, or what we commonly call as cyber stalking. And again, the same thing that I'm going to highlight here is that even if me as a student or me as a friend, I'm doing it to some other one, I feel like it's okay. It's like, okay, he or she is on the social media, he or she is uploading that photograph. So what's wrong for me to keep looking at those photographs, to keep reacting to those? You need to understand this state of mind that is there. This is something very important that one of my, he's a victim by profession, an engineer. And as an engineer, he was getting these, he got this video call on his WhatsApp. That's why I kept the number there. I've not tried to blur it. He got a call. Once he received the call, he realized that there was some insensitive content being displayed on that phone, and as a reaction to that, he immediately dropped the call. So once he dropped the call, it took him say 5 to 10 seconds to process what's happening and to drop that call. Using basic AI tools and getting sufficient exposure of his face for 5 to 10 seconds, a video was created out of that. And it was a split window video. That means in the first half was his face and his head being displayed. And in the second half, or the other window, there was some adult content being displayed, giving an illusion that this person is actively involved in this particular video. So once he was pushed to a limit that he did not want things like this, even though he knew it, that he has not committed the crime. That's very important here for you all to understand. But he was so scared that how does he defend something like this in front of his kids, or how does he defend it to his wife or his family? All he could muster the courage to write was the word afraid. I'm afraid. This is the state of mind that people get into when something like this happens. Another similar case was there, wherein this particular victim is reporting that I saw an image, I clicked it, there was a pic of a girl, I blocked it, and then I was redirected to a page wherein some videos were created as well at the same time. So this is what we need to do, or this is what we need to understand. Which sort of calls do I entertain? What sort of information do I put on my social media? If a phone video call is coming on my mobile phone, and I know that this is somebody who is not known to me, should I take this call or not? Obviously not. Obviously not. But if it's something like something that a call that I'm expecting from a family member or an interview or something like that, okay, that's fine. Let's do one thing. Let's block the view of the camera, stop it, right? And then take the call. If we see that all is well with the call, okay, fine. We can go on with the conversation. But the moment we realize that the content of the call is something that does not need to be entertained, we can drop the call. But in both the cases, once these such cases occur, what we need to do is that we do not need to panic, and we definitely do not need to pay these guys, because the moment you start paying these people, it starts a very vicious cycle of endless demands. They will keep asking for more money. They will keep asking for more. Whatever they can squeeze out of you, they will do that, and they will not shy away. So I have had cases where these victims, they kind of pleaded, they kind of begged to these cyber criminals that please let us go. Please, I cannot have more money. I cannot afford to pay you. Please let me go. But they won't let you go. Listening to this one person.
अगर आपको एक सेक्सटॉर्शन का विक्टिम मिल गया तो लगभग कितना पैसे ले लेते हो?
उससे ले लेते हैं 2 लाख, 3 लाख, 10 लाख, 20 लाख, 40 लाख, उसमें पैसे ले लेते हैं जी।
कुछ लोग जो सेक्सटॉर्शन के विक्टिम बनाते हैं आप लोग, वो लोग तो आत्महत्या भी कर लेते हैं। कुछ दुख होता है कि नहीं उनके लिए?
जी दुख तो होता है, फिर भी जी क्या करें, जब इस काम में पड़ गए तो फिर अरे मतलब अगर ये रियलिटी होती तो अब तो जाकर रेल की पटरी भी गिर जाते।
There is no remorse in his case. There is no regretting what he has done. And the reason for that being, he believes that this is my job. He takes this as a profession. He believes that by doing so, by hurting someone, by maybe someone committing a suicide, I'm able to earn my livelihood, and it's okay for me. So the moment you think of, say, okay, let me give away some amount of money to him or her so that I can get rid of him, is not going to happen. So this is very important for you as a student, as a faculty member, as a family member, as a friend, to make sure that this sort of awareness is out there with your family, with your friends, with the people who are closer to you, with your students, with your teachers. So we make sure that it's kind of a collective responsibility of knowing how do we deal away with problems or issues like this.
अगर आपको एक
a very common kind of a scam that's out there is these loan scams, wherein people get these instant offers to take loans of some money. You're supposed to install some sort of an application, some apps on your phone, and then these applications actually seek permission to get access to your galleries, to get access to your personal contacts, to get access to your personal notes as well. And this is a very common habit with us, is that even if I have to install, say, a gaming app, for example, okay, that gaming app is asking for permission that it can access my gallery. Now, trying to understand it, you need to decode it here. I want to play a game on my mobile phone, a game that has been installed on my mobile phone. Okay, so why does this mobile phone game app need access to my gallery? Why does it need access to my contacts? Why does it need access to the videos that are there in my phone? But without giving it a second thought, I'm so desperate to play this game. I'm so desperate to kind of interact or chat with my friends I'm so desperate to become part of this, what is going on there. Without giving it a second thought, I do give and allow access to these kind of applications. I'm going to take a very cursory look at your phones, at your mobile phones. And if you go and look at your location services, or if you go and take a look at the permissions that you have granted in your mobile phone, it is a very basic experiment that you can carry out actually on your own phones. See the kind of apps that are there on your phone. See the kind of permissions that you have given to these apps. And look into it and try to introspect whether I should have given this access to this particular app or not. And this is when I'm talking to the most educated, most literate class of the country. Think about someone who's a roadside vendor. He doesn't understand it. Think of someone who's a retired employee. He doesn't understand how do I operate this particular device. Think of a kid, a teenage kid. He may not be very much aware what is privacy. How do I keep things safe? A 6 or 8-year-old kid making use of your phone and installing some certain games. They're not again aware about your sensitive data, sensitive information. So go back and take a look at these. This is a very pertinent scam that's happening, a very common scam. Industries have been actually there are like high-end corporate houses who are actually performing these, conducting these scams. So we have this tendency, obviously, of keeping private information, our ID proofs, our bank statements, maybe even our passwords in our phone. So once you're giving access to these apps, to this confidential information, they do get access to all of this kind of information. Listening to one of these victims who had taken a loan from one such app, and she was pushed to an extent wherein she repeatedly thought of committing suicide. Listening to her.
क्या मरने के लिए हिम्मत नहीं पड़ी क्योंकि मेरी बच्ची है मैं गई तो मेरी बच्ची का क्या होगा मुझे खुद को याद नहीं मैंने कितनी रातें बिना नींद के निकाले क्या मत
And the other side of the story, this what you've just heard is a victim, and then there's another side of the story, the persons who are responsible for these recoveries.
बहन को बेच दे कोठे में। रिकवरी का काम मुझे शुरू से अच्छा नहीं लगता था, लेकिन पैसा इतना ज्यादा था कि मैं करता रहा। फिर ये सब गंदा काम चालू हुआ, फोटो मॉर्फ करना। मुझे नहीं करना था ये सब, इसलिए मैंने छोड़ दिया। बहुत लोग कहते थे सुसाइड कर लूंगा, जब उनके पास पैसे नहीं होते थे।
मतलब इतना डर डाल देते हैं लोगों में?
डर नहीं, शर्म। इंडिया में शर्म बहुत काम आती है।
They used. हम लोग आकर भगा के देते जो कि कोई सोच भी नहीं सकता, काम से फोन निकल जाए सुन के। और हमारे प्रोफेसर ने तो भैया गालियां होती है, हमारे लिए गालियां।
The very important point that he has highlighted there, that it's not more about fear, it's about shame. You shame your victim to such an extent that you push them to something very extreme in nature. You try to morph their image. You try to create some fake videos out of them. You tend to actually get in touch with their family, with their friends, with their colleagues. You send this morphed image. You send these morphed videos to these people. Push them to an extent that you can actually start minting money, or start taking this, what we commonly identify as sextortion money from these victims. Again, one of the very common scam, particularly in India, is that of OTP scam. And I believe, personally speaking, that this is more about the naiveness of the people of India. Generally, what happens that you get a call one fine morning that mistakenly I have transferred some money into your account. It doesn't happen like that. You just got a fake SMS on your phone that 15,000 has been credited into your account, followed by a phone call that it has happened as a mistake. You get a phone that your credit card will stop working. Your Netflix subscription will be stopped. Your Facebook account has been changed. The password has been changed. Your Amazon will not work from tomorrow if you do not do this KYCs. if you do not re-register yourself, if you do not change the network, all possible reasons. And such is the naiveness, as I say, that more often than not, we actually fall victims to these things, to these drugs. A very common trick that I need to highlight here is that we get these calls from, I'm not sure, something like that may have happened to some of you as well. We get these calls from these delivery boys who are out there delivering your products. Okay, sir, ma'am, we have received this parcel and we need to actually deliver it. I have not ordered anything like that. I never ordered something like this. Sir, maybe ma'am has ordered, maybe somebody in your family, please get in touch. So yeah, you obviously call your wife, you call your kids, you call your parents. Have you ordered something like that? No, I have not. So what they do is that by this time, the tone has changed and it's more aggressive in terms of, if you do not have to take these packets, why do you order them in the first place? You create trouble for us and like that. And suddenly you're like, bro, I've not even ordered something. Why are you shouting at me? Okay. And to seek the temporary relief, so they here throw their first point. Okay, let's do one thing. So please cancel this order. Okay, again, I have not ordered it. How do I cancel it? Right? That's where it comes. I don't understand, sir, why you are doing this. It comes in my name. It comes in the name of my company, the reputation of the company. Okay, fine. I'm canceling it on my side. There will be an OTP on your phone. Please give me the OTP. Okay, a fake SMS will appear on your phone. Now, by this time, you're so fed up, or you're so kind of pushed to the wall that you just want to get rid of this person. And out of that fear, you just start revealing the OTP that was given on your phone. And that's it, the job is done. Once you need to understand here what an OTP is. Okay, the one-time password. We're very familiar with the word OTP. But how does it function? Whenever you're giving an OTP to someone, that means you're actually giving an authentication. You're authenticating that person to the bank that, listen, he's going to take some money out of my account. Please allow him to do that. That's what an OTP means. Whenever you're giving an OTP for a password change, that means you're telling the server of that particular account that, fine, this person is going to take control of my social media account. Please allow him to do so. That's what an OTP means. For us, it's like what's 4-digit, 6-digit number that I'm making use of. So this is where we need to come in. All of this that I've discussed was more about the fundamentals of these cyber things that are there, and I was trying to cater to the audience, which is not from the computer science background. As I said in the very beginning, that I'll be trying to strike a balance between the fundamental concepts to the advanced technologies that we are using. I'm now going to migrate into role of artificial intelligence in cybersecurity. As I said, that cybersecurity, this artificial intelligence, we make use of this artificial intelligence both in defense as well as in offense. Wherein as security professionals, we make use of these artificial intelligence techniques and tools to hamper or to stop incoming attacks, intrusive packets. At the same time, the same concept or the same technologies are being made use of by the cyber criminals to actually penetrate into the system. I'm sure most of you must be aware about this concept called as phishing. This is something wherein it kind of gives an illusion that an email has come from a verified source and it's asking me to take some action. The email may be so very well composed, so very well written, that it might actually be able to trick you into signing that or clicking on a specific link. And at the same time, it has got its different variations. If it's happening over an SMS, it's called as smishing. If it's happening over a video, we have video-based phishing as well. We call it vishing. And this phishing comes in different variations. One of the variations is a very generic kind of a variation, wherein you compile a basic fundamental mail and you send it out to hundreds and thousands of different accounts with the hope that someone will fall into the trap. But there's a variation of this phishing, what we call as spearing. Spearing is a more sophisticated version of phishing, wherein you work out details of a specific person, you get to know the person, you get to know the organization, you gather the information from social media account and other places, and then you use this information to compile the mail. And a more highly sophisticated version of the same is what we call as veiling, wherein you target a specific person and you try to get, say, some CEO of a company, a minister of some certain stature, a very rich businessman. So you tend to gather information about these personalities. You put in a lot of time, a lot of effort, sometimes even months and years altogether. And then you gather the information about these people, and then you use that information to trick these people. So this is what phishing and how it is done. But whenever you get a phishing mail, you will see that there's a pattern there. You can see that there's a change. You look in the domain names. You look in the way the mail has been compiled. Okay, and then you try to figure out. Okay, it seems to be that something is wrong. The language is not too good. The grammar is not good. Right? There's not the consistency is not there. The flow is not there. But when the same thing is being used by the power of artificial intelligence, when the same phishing attack is now being created, the same content is now being created with the use of artificial intelligence, it becomes extremely difficult to the naked eye to distinguish what's fake and what's real. An example of the same I'm giving here. One of these mails is a malicious attack, and another one is a genuine or a legitimate mail. As you can see, and it's very difficult for you to figure out which of them is a legitimate mail and which of them is a malicious mail. I'll leave it to you to decide and reason why do you believe that a certain mail is fake or malicious and another mail is genuine or normal. But what I'm trying to emphasize here is the kind of sophistication that's there in this attack now because of the artificial intelligence. Take a look. Let me go into this deep fake first. I'm sure all of you are acquainted with the concept of deep fakes. Deep fake is a technology that we use to create something very convincing, but the output or audio is actually a fabricated one. It's not real, it's fake. Okay, but it has been created so beautifully, so very well that it seems so convincing. Let me play this small video. I'm sure all of you are very familiar with this face. It's that of Morgan Freeman. Please listen.
I am not Morgan Freeman, and what you see is not real. Well, at least in contemporary terms, it is not. What if I were to tell you that I am not even a human being? Would you believe me? What is your perception of reality? Is it the ability to capture, process, and make sense of the information our senses receive? If you can see, hear, taste, or smell something, does that make it real? Or is it simply the ability to feel? I would like to welcome you to the era of synthetic reality. Now, what do you see? I am not Morgan Freeman. I am not Morgan Freeman, and what you see is not real. Well, at least in contemporary terms, it is not. What if I were to tell you that I am not even a human being? Would you believe me? What is your perception of reality? Is it the ability to capture, process, and make sense of the information our senses receive? If you can see, hear, taste, or smell something, does that make it real? Or is it simply the ability to feel? I would like to welcome you to the era of synthetic reality. Now, what do you see?
typical deep fake. And we have had, and you need to understand, even though it's so convincingly made, even though it's so realistic in its nature, this thing was created some 6 years before. And the kind of rapid development that we have made in deep learning, that we have made in these generative AIs, this thing would be super sophisticated in current times as well. And we have had such deepfakes of even President Obama, even for Ronaldo, for like a number, even for Joe Biden, the former president of the United States. So the way this has been created and the way the amount of reality that seems to be there, though fabricated, is something very alarming. And you need to understand here that the kind of personal information that we put in the public domain, say for example, I'm visiting a certain holiday spot, say I'm visiting my native place, Kashmir, or say a Goa, or say a Dubai. Okay, I need to let my friends know that I'm traveling. And the best way to do that is, all of us do, as soon as we reach there, as soon as we have ordered some food, as soon as we board a plane, as soon as we get in, we check into a hotel, as soon as we take a ride, we capture every single moment. And then we upload these photographs on Instagram, on Snap, and Facebook, and other places. So what we are essentially doing in these cases is that we are putting a plethora of information onto these public platforms. Now gather these informations. Now take this information from these social media places. What we call as commonly social engineering. Okay, you take this information and then you make use of basic generative AI algorithms. Even you don't need to use algorithms. There are tools available, ready-made tools available, artificial intelligence-based tools. Just use those tools, and you can actually create these deep fakes using those tools. And now, if I create such a deep fake with my face and maybe add something body down, I need to go pillar and post to start explaining and convincing people, okay, fine, great, that face is mine, but that person is not me. Okay, what you are hearing are the words, but they are not mine. They sound like me. The face, it looks like the video, it looks like me, but it's not me. Now, who do I convince and how do I convince them? So this is what generative AI, typically how it works. If there are participants from computer science background, I'm sure they're very familiar with these concepts. For those who are from non-computer science background, so this is a basic artificial intelligence technique that we make use of. We call them GANs, generative adversarial networks. In generative adversarial networks, there's a way of generating content, particularly images or videos, wherein we make use of generators there with some noise sort of information, with information which is not valid. And this generator produces a fake image or a fake video, which has got no resemblance whatsoever with the original window. Say they're trying to create my own image. Okay, so the output of this generator will be something which looks nothing like me at all. Okay, then what they do is that there's another agent called as a discriminator. This discriminator is being fed with the actual image, with my real image. Okay, so once this fake image that has been generated by the generator is fed to the discriminator tries to analyze this generated image, and it tries to do, and it does so by comparing my image with those of the real image. And it's able to identify, okay, this image is fake, and that's the output that it generates. That the image that has been just fed to me is not real Faheem. So it will just discard it. Now this discriminator has done so because it has access to the actual images that are available there of mine. Okay, this information is now given to the generator, that the information, that the image that you just generated for us does not look like Faheem. Okay, because the discriminator is being able to identify using real data that it does not look like Faheem. This information is given back to the generator. Okay, the generator starts reworking on this image. Now it has the information of what it had previously produced and the kind of information that the discriminator has provided it, how discriminator was able to distinguish between the real and the fake. Using this information, generator reworks it. Now, how does the generator work? We commonly call them neural networks. Okay, so using some neural networks, some convolutional networks, what they do is that they rework on this image that they have generated, and again, say kind of a version 1 or version 2 of my image is being created. Again, this image is now fed to the discriminator. Discriminator does the same process again, compares this image with those of the original image, and is able to distinguish, no, the image that has been given by the generator is a fake image. This process goes on for a very long period of time. And every single time, the generator takes the information from the discriminator, how discriminator was able to recognize what's real and what's fake. And this may be done over a number of cycles. Eventually, using all that repeated information, the generator is able to create an image which looks so alike to me that this time around, even the discriminator is not able to distinguish what's real and what's fake. And the moment the generator is able to fool the discriminator, that's where we got our data. That's where we got our information. This can be used for good purposes. This can be used to, say, cure diseases. This can be used to stop an attack. This can be used to identify whether the mail is spam or not. This can be used to detect the credit card information. So these are the good use of these technologies, these GANs. But at the same time, the attackers can make use of this technology as well. And creating a deep fake with tools like this, we have amazing and surprising results at the same time. Now, this is, again, I'm trying to highlight here. So this is for somebody who is like into artificial intelligence, who is like into deep learning, who knows the concepts, who knows how to program these things, who knows how to create these models. What about a common student? What about a layman who has no idea what this is? You don't need, in today's world, you don't need to learn these concepts. You just make use of these tools. You go on the deep web, you buy stuff. You buy packets, you buy malicious, you buy exploit kits, you buy malicious softwares, and you make use of these things. Okay, even if you want to get, say, best of malicious codes, even if you want to get something that you can use to penetrate, you don't need to learn programming. You don't need to know web programming. You don't need to know how does an SQL injection work, or how does a cross-site scripting work. You don't need to know how does which domain to use. How do I detect IP address? You don't need that. You go to these models like your Chat GPTs, your Bards, your Groks, your DeepSeeks. You go out there, you get these ready-made codes now. You get a perfect tutorial. How do I plant this malicious code into an email? How do I do this using SMS? How do I do this using a messaging service? Right? And all of this has changed the entire paradigm of security. And with all of this information being available so easily, it becomes very difficult to defend against attacks like this. Though the same technologies, though the same things are being used by the cybersecurity specialists as well to defend against such attacks. APTs are these, if you talk of 2024 and 2025, 2 to 3 major threats that are there. One of them is an APT. APT is a concept. Okay, before I go into the APT, anyone of you, do you recall a few years back, I think 4 to 5 years back, there was a huge debate and discussion over Pegasus. Pegasus as a software. I hope someone remembers what Pegasus was all about. So these are these spywares that are being planted or penetrated into your mobile devices. In that case that I'm talking about, they actually made use of WhatsApp to plant this spyware into different phones. So generally, if I have to create an awareness among my students or the people that I'm talking to, the usual way to do so is, okay, do not click any links, do not open any page, do not open any images because there may be malware there. This is how we teach them. This is how we try to create an awareness, right? We have something which is called a zero-click attack, or a drive-by download attack. In a zero-click attack, what an APT is like, what the Pegasus is like, is a zero-click attack. In a zero-click attack, you do not even need to click something. You just browse the page, you just open a mail, it will automatically download itself. And this is how an APT actually works. In case of APTs, there are actually 4 phases how it performs. The first phase, it's called as a reconnaissance. Reconnaissance is something which is very fundamental to cybersecurity. You kind of try to do what we call the recce. You do the recce. You do the investigation. You look into how do I penetrate? What are the possibilities? What is the environment? What is the security? And once you gather sufficient information, say for example, in this case, I want to take control of the Facebook account of Ishrat in this case. So I will do my reconnaissance. I will try to know Ishrat. I will see. I will try to do the social engineering. I'll see what information is there available about Ishrat on the social media platforms. I try to get images. Maybe if I'm lucky, I will be able to get the email ID, the phone number. I'll try to see where she studies, what college she's enrolled in. I'll try to get maybe even DOB from her college records if I'm able to pull that. So this is the investigation part. This is the reconnaissance part. Okay. Once you do that, you make an initial entry to the device. Okay. You enter the mobile phone or you enter the laptop, wherever you are, whatever is the specific target in this case. And we do the foothold and moment. Unlike normal viruses, unlike normal worms, these APTs, they do not immediately start taking calls. They do not. What is the common symptom? Knowing that my phone, something is wrong with my phone, the battery is being consuming very fast. Pop-ups are there in my phone. Abnormal behavior of my phone. Why? Why is it happening? Because these malicious codes, they are actually trying to gain information. They are consuming resources. Unlike them, the APTs do not do that. They create a foothold. They reside there without making much movement. And then once they start gathering information, they do it over a longer period of time. They might stay in your phone for months together, even years together, listening to your conversations, getting all the information that they possibly can over a period of 5 to 10 years even. So that makes them very dangerous, these APTs, and it's a very common kind of an attack. So the process that we can usually take in this case is that the attacker normally tends to identify the profiles using social engineering concepts. Once I got sufficient, so if, for example, there's a fellow called, what do you call it, Mr. ABCD. So what I do, I start digging in about Mr. ABCD, and I tend to get as much information possibly as I can get from social media, from the mails, from the websites of the institutions, wherever I can get whatever information I can get. Okay. Now, this is not a random mail. This is not hello dear subscriber. This is hello dear Mr. ABC. It's more specific. It contains the email ID. It contains more detailed information that your bank account in Axis Bank, because somewhere he has made a call or taken a photograph of the Axis Bank. Your Axis account seems to be hacked. The information is more targeted. The information is more reliable. The information is more trustworthy this time around. Okay, so once you see that this information, it pertains to me, it's something more about me, this makes you more into a position that you tend to believe the kind of content that there is. You might open the attachments that are given there, and that's when your system, your device, it gets infected. And once it gets infected, from, say, for example, in our organization, in Bahrain University, I'm downloading the same information on one node, and I'm connected to the Bahrain network. So that malicious code is then being propagated to all the nodes in this particular network. And all of these nodes, what we do is that these APT groups, what we commonly call APT groups, the data extraction starts happening from all of these particular nodes, and it's all accumulated at one place. So this is a very sophisticated way of doing phishing, what we commonly call as spare one. There are a lot of threats, some evolving threats, and I'm not going to discuss all of them because I'm actually running out of time. I guess I was supposed to speak up to 6. So again, there is this, Ishrat, do we have time still left?
You are now unmuted.
Okay, great. I'll try to reserve some time for any questions if they're there. So yeah, we have attacks like these drive-by download attacks. Again, no human intervention. You just browse a particular site, you just browse a particular stuff, and the malicious code automatically gets downloaded onto you. We have these phishing attacks that I just discussed. We have botnets. So what usually happens is that when you start giving these mobile phones to kids, or you try to browse using these chat applications or some other content which is not so secure in terms of verification. These are not verified applications. What you usually see is that pop-up windows open, you feel something is downloading, but everything works fine. The games work fine, the applications work fine, and there's almost no reason for you to doubt anything. But what has happened in the meantime is that a malicious code that was attached to this app has been downloaded into your phone. And now your phone or your device or your laptop is a compromised node. We call it compromised node, okay? And this compromised node is actually now becoming part of a very larger network. 100,000 other devices or mobile phones that are there. All of these infected mobile phones have this common malicious software inside them. This network of 1,000 devices, we call it is a botnet. It's a robotic network. And all of them are being controlled by a single entity, what we call as a bot master. Now, this bot master is actually responsible for making use of all of these thousands of compromised devices and originate some traffic to overrun a particular server. Say, for example, they might attack a flight booking server. They might try to attack a hospital. They might send packets simultaneously to an educational institution. Whenever you see there is a lot of traffic on a server, you see that the website is not working. We say the server is down. Why is server down? Because it's getting so many requests from so many nodes that it's actually not able to process all of those. And when it's not possible for it to process the request, we say that the server is down. Exploit kits, I'm sure you must be aware about something called as a deep web or a dark web, okay? So technically speaking, what you see the internet that we use, the Googles and the Gmails and the social medias and the educational websites and the entertainment, all of it together comprised of what, say 10 to 15% of the overall internet that we see. The rest of the 85% of the internet is something that we do not even get access to. It's there, but you never get access to it. Okay, this is the part what we call as deep web or the dark web. Okay, there's a lot of information, a lot of crime, a lot of science back there in deep web. Okay, one thing that is there is exploit kit. So these are ready-made available malicious kits that are there available for sale. So if I'm not a good programmer, if I do not know how to write a malicious code, what I can do is that I can go into the dark web, I can purchase, I can buy it, a ready-made available toolkit. And I can then plant it in somebody's device. So now I'm an overnight hacker without having an iota of knowledge about what hacking is all about, okay? Ransomware is something, an attack that's commonly executed on devices. You encrypt the files, you take control of the systems, and to release that control, you seek money, right? So that's what the ransomware is all about. DDoS, these are more technical stuff, so I'm not going to put a lot of time into these. So these are the attacks that are actually distributed globally from different geographical locations, and you originate traffic from multiple sources, and you direct all of this traffic to a single destination, so that that destination is not able or capable of responding to the information or to the incoming packets that are coming to that source. Some common terms, again, APTs I just discussed, Bling I discussed. Cryptojacking is something related to cryptocurrencies, wherein you try to take control of the crypto miners' devices so as to hack into their systems and get that benefit. So yeah, all of this about how do I make use of AI to commit these crimes that we have discussed. But there's always the other side of the story, and AI threat detection is there. And how do I do this? Mostly by making use of these intelligent algorithms, these technologies, to be able to identify the incoming packets, to see whether the traffic or the packet here as it means anything that you're sharing on the internet. Okay, the packet is a term that we use to that we use to refer to something that is being shared over the internet. So that incoming traffic is being actually analyzed for its domain, for its sender details, who is sending this packet, how this packet is being created, is there any irregularity there, is there a certain pattern there, does it look like something that has originally been flagged as malicious. So there are different approaches. We make use of signature-based approach. If there is something like this is how firewalls work, or intrusion detection systems work. So what they do is that they try to compare every single incoming packet to an existing list of dictionary of malicious packets. And if it's something like this, I stop it. I do not allow it to enter into the system. If it looks nothing like what is there as malicious, I may allow this packet. So things like that, or we make use of anomaly-based detection systems, wherein we see, is there any sort of a deviation from the normal traffic, the kind of a packet that I'm expecting. If there is some sort of a deviation from that, we say that we have found an anomaly. And if there's an anomaly there, it's possible that it may be an intrusive packet, or it may be something related to attacks. Then why do we use it? Better accuracy than the manual system that we had in places. Okay, with AI systems, we obviously get better accuracy, we get speed. We can analyze larger volumes of data as compared to the manual, these tools that we were using earlier. The defense here becomes proactive. So instead of waiting for something to happen, the decisions are this time around proactive. We do not react. Okay? We do not react to something happening to us. We take initial advanced steps to throttle something that's happening, that's coming to us. Better resource allocation is there. So all of these AI-based can be in terms of better detection of phishing emails. You look at the domain, what domain has been used to send this email. You look at the sender details. You look at the patterns. Okay. Then anomaly, as I just now discussed. We look into malware detection classification. We look at the user behavior analysis. If there is some user who is trying to access something which he is not supposed to access, there is something called as access control as a security service. Somebody is trying to access the files which he or she should not be. Somebody is sending emails, and these emails contain information which should not go out of the organization. So we do this better user behavior analysis to look into insider threat detections. We check the user control, user authentications with these. We look into patching of vulnerability detection and patching as well. So AI at the same time, well, it is a challenge and is being used with cyber criminals. It's also a relief that we have, a very strong point that we have in terms of thwarting these attacks that are there. Multiple tools are available for these security defenses. Commonly, if you see that IBM has got its Q radar, we have Dark Trace, we have Vectra is there, Splunk is there, XDR is something very commonly used, Splunk is there. So these are some of the very famous tools that different organizations make use of in order to defend against these attacks. This is a very important concept when it comes to security based using AI. It's called as predictive analysis. So predictive analysis is something that's more about using the past information, using the logs that are there, using the attack informations, using the user patterns. So whatever previous informations we have, we make use that past information in order to stop what can happen in future. So I try to learn from the previous information. The machine is actually given data. Data is the most pivotal element here, good quality data. So we train a machine over good quality data so that the machine is able to distinguish what's normal and what's intrusive. And based upon that, every single time we clean this data, we pre-process this data, we do the feature engineering in these cases, and then we create the model, we train and test these models, and that helps us in predictive analysis. So as if there's a packet that's arriving at my node or my network, I'm actually able to then predict and deal away with this intrusive packet as well. User behavior analysis, as I just now worked out and mentioned, how we can actually look into the insider threats by analyzing the user behavior. This is more into how these botnets work. This is something that I would like to actually talk about, man-in-the-middle attack. So we have this tendency usually whenever we visit an airport, or say we go on an outdoor this picnic kind of a thing, or we go to a bus stand or a this railway station or a cafe, we tend to look for the free Wi-Fi. And more often than not, you'll actually find this free Wi-Fi there. And one needs to understand, why is somebody so generous that he's keeping his Wi-Fi open for all the people in that place to come and use my Wi-Fi? So it's not the generosity of that person, it's actually the Wi-Fi is open access there for a reason. It's been kept there so that whatever information you are sharing using that Wi-Fi actually becomes accessible to that person whose Wi-Fi you're using. Or in certain cases, you will find maybe a flash or a USB drive or a hard drive or a pen drive on a couch, on a table, in a cafe, or on an airport. So it's not that somebody has forgotten it, it's basically somebody has actually planted it. So they want you to take these pen drives, these hard drives, they want you to insert them into your devices so that they can actually download the malicious code into your devices. So be very sure about what kind of a network I'm using, what kind of devices I'm plugging into my system. Yeah, there are a lot of tools available out there that are there to break your password, crack your password. Unfortunately, we have this tendency that even if I have 20 different social media accounts, the Gmails and the bank accounts and the other things, I'll be using a common password across all the platforms. And that password will be like what? That will be like the name of my nephew, the year I got married, the name of my boyfriend or girlfriend, the year in which I graduated, somebody who has got very basic information about you might be able to actually crack that password. And then that password is also very limited length. If the minimum required password is 6 digits, I'm not going to use 7 digits. This is how we are actually. This is how actually we are wired as human beings. Okay, so we tend to look for easy things, and more easier approach that we take in security, more easier it will become for the cracker, for the criminal to actually penetrate into the system. I mean, take a look at your mobile phones. Okay, to avoid shorter passwords, they came up with the concept of patterns. Okay, so you create those patterns over those dots in the phone. But what do we do as a user? We make U, or we make an inverted U or an L or an inverted L. I mean, even if a kid tries your phone 20 times, he might be able to break into your system. So yeah, this is something that we need to look into as well. We need to be very sure about what sort of an information we are actually posting on these social medias, what we commonly call as personally identified information, PIIs, because this information is out there in the domain, in the network, and this information actually can be used smartly to attack against your interests as well. God forbid if something like that happens to you, we have a NCCRP portal, a National Cybercrime Reporting Portal. Usually what happens is that people shy away from reporting these crimes. People tend to hide this. I don't know why. Maybe they think there's some sort of a shame that somebody duped me of my money, somebody stole from me. There's a shame. There is no shame. But yeah, anyways, this portal actually has got a way of anonymously reporting a crime, or else if you want, then you can actually put in all the evidence there as well. So yeah, do report if you see any sort of a crime happening out there, or if something like that happens to you. So yeah, there are, like, as I said, plethora of attacks out there, too many of them. So if somebody is interested in the field of cybersecurity, he or she can pursue this as a career. I've said a lot of maybe threatening things about cybersecurity, but this is something that's one of the best choices that you have as a career option. If you want to take this as a career option, I mean, highest paid engineers and professionals come from cybersecurity. These are some of the courses that are available there if you want to pursue a career in cybersecurity or ethical hacking as well. Every year I conduct these programs about how do we work with different cyber crimes, and how do we work with penetration testing and ethical hacking. So yeah, you can join these programs as well. There are some other attacks. Okay, I'm not going to get into them because I guess I'm running out of time at this point of time. But yeah, there's no ending to it. There's a lot of them out there. So I'm just going to skip all of that. Thank you very much. You have been a very patient audience, and I hope there are some questions that I can answer. But yeah, thank you very much for having me. Ishrat, if you are there, you can take control. Yeah, sure. So yeah, very quickly, instead of trying to explain what digital arrest here, I'll just try to give an example of a digital arrest. So we have this one doctor, lady doctor from Delhi. One fine day, she gets a call on her mobile phone. Okay, she has a daughter in Maharashtra as well. And these people who are actually making the call, they knew it, that she has a daughter in some basic information, right? From the social media, that she has a daughter in Maharashtra, and she travels to Maharashtra as well. So this was the information that was there with the criminals. So one fine day, she gets a call about misuse of her SIM card in some Maharashtra, Mumbai-based police station. She gets a complaint, okay? And she's like, yeah, I do travel to Maharashtra, but obviously I'm a 70-year-old retired doctor, a female. How do you expect me to misuse my SIM card? Okay. Now, at this point of time, the kind of an quote-unquote officer, pretending to be officer in charge, he's like, ma'am, I understand, but there might be a case that somebody is using another SIM in your name. So we need to verify it, and we need to dig in. So that we can see who is using your SIM card in your name, and we'll just finish it like that. And to which she feels the sympathy that has been shown to her, the empathy, and she agrees to it. And then this person in charge, he pretends to call his officer, telling him that we have a case of misuse of SIM cards, but the victim is, the accused is here, and I'm very sure that she is not the one. So this another officer, okay, all of this is happening. They ask her to join a Skype call. Now on the Skype call, what you see is that a person wearing a police uniform is there, okay, giving an illusion to the lady that this is a real police officer. And this person in charge says, ma'am, you do not need to worry out, let me verify your details. Then he pretends to go through his laptop, and then he says, no, we have a problem here. This particular number has been used in some drug-related issues, and also some passports have been issued in this name, which are being used in the terrorist activities. Now imagine the 70-year-old widow is there, and she is listening to all of it, and she's in her panic mode, and this goes on for hours together, and she is threatened that there's a possibilities of terrorism case, there's a possibility of drugs case associated with you, and we need to come and arrest you. And this lady is pleading before them and requesting them that I'm not part of this, I'm not this. So this game starts, and at this point of time, she is informed that you have been put under a digital arrest. So what does the digital arrest mean in this case? That you're not supposed to leave the camera. We should be able to see you 24/7. You're not supposed to make use of your phone and call anyone. If you call anyone, including your daughter, she will become a co-conspirator in this crime, and we'll have to book her as well. We'll be sending a warrant in your name. Please take this link. There's a fake website on a fake Supreme Court website. There's a warrant in her name. She is given to understand that some crimes have been committed in her name using her phone, which she's paying for. She is being kept under observation for next 36 hours, allowed just to go and take some food and no other activity apart from that. So it's a long case. A lot of things happen in these 36 hours. Finally, that first person who was the in charge officer of this crime, he jumps in. He puts in sympathy. He shows love and care towards this older woman. And then he's like, ma'am, I believe as a police officer, I know they are going to look everywhere. So what I want you to do is that to make sure that nothing wrong happens to you, you take all your accounts, you take all your FDs, you take all your savings, you transfer them to the government account. So until this inquiry is finished, everything will be safe with us in the government repository. Once we are done with this case, once you are actually released from these charges, the government will transfer entire thing back into your account. She is convinced in doing so, and she makes a transfer of 70 lakh rupees, including her own retirement plans, her FDs, her late husband's savings and investments. Everything she transfers these 70 lakh rupees into the account of these cyber criminals. This is what a digital arrest is all about. And such cases are very common nowadays. I believe the Prime Minister of the country also talked about this digital arrest, I guess, few months back. So this is where they threaten you and they ask you that you're under arrest, under virtual arrest, and you're not supposed to leave the camera. So this is how these things get executed. Dr. Pratik Taude. Dr. Taude, you can look in, you can just search my name. You will find all the details about me. You can get in touch with me on LinkedIn as well. And we can share thoughts there. Faheem Masoodi, as you can see. You can just Google me and you will get the details there. Do we have any other question, Ishrat?
You are now unmuted.
There are a lot of opportunities actually for the students. I mean, if as a computer science student you're taking some course in cybersecurity, you can do courses related to penetration testing. You can do courses related to ethical hacking. There are a lot of free online courses available as well. Then there are a lot of certification courses available. So we have opportunities in terms of SOCs. We have opportunities. Almost every single organization nowadays is actually hiring these security experts to defend their networks. Okay, so there are a lot of career opportunities when it comes to cybersecurity, and this is something that's going to stay there till eternity. As long as we have the internet, as long as we have this network going on, we need security guys, and we badly need them. So these are like best possible career opportunity in today's time. If I see, you can work remote. You don't need to. You can work in multiple organizations. You don't need to take offices, and you get paid very well. So yeah, a lot of opportunities as well for the students.
You are now unmuted.
I would like to apologize. Like during the start of the session, I had to interrupt you a bit because there was
You do not need to do. That's absolutely all right.
So, thank you very much for such an insightful session. We got to know about the growing cyber crimes, the different types of crimes, and about the various tools we can use to detect and prevent these threats. We are truly grateful for the knowledge that you have shared with us, and we hope that we can have more collaborations together in future. Thank you very much, sir.
Thank you very much, Ishwat. All the participants that are out there, and particularly Dr. Kishore
You are
Kumar
now muted.
for having me. You've been a wonderful audience. Thank you very much.
You are now unmuted.
So this concludes the day 3 of our 2-week engineering conclave, and thank you to our audience for your active participation. We will be back tomorrow with another set of thought-provoking keynotes. Stay tuned. The YouTube live links will be shared an hour before the sessions.